So I'm Dougie Boyd, and I'm very fortunate to be conducting the orchestra from Trinity Laban for the Shapeshifter project of music by Haydn and by Wagner. I've had two sides to my life. I was an oboe player for too many years. I was principal oboe of the Chamber Orchestra of Europe. I was really fortunate to play in one of the great orchestras of the world and work with some of the greatest musicians of our times. Not only my peers, the incredible musicians in the orchestra, but people like Claudio Abbado, Nicholas Harnoncourt, Bernard Haitink, Pavel Berglund. I mean, it was a roll call of just some of the great conductors and soloists of our time, and that was an incredible learning experience for me. 21 years later, I decided to take the plunge to, rather late in life, to become a conductor, and I have now a new life. I'm artistic director of Garsington Opera, which is an incredible passion of mine to bring this wonderful art form to life in an area which is just one of the most stunning parts of the UK. And for the past 5 years I've also been artistic director of l'Orchestre de Chambre de Paris. So I've had a very lucky life, and that's kept me going through this last year of lockdown. So it's been a pretty special project because we're living through extraordinary, crazy times, not least for musicians and not least for music students who perhaps haven't worked together for months. Their lessons, I assume, have been mostly online, so sitting in their bedroom with a laptop or an iPhone, having a lesson with a teacher in some other part of the country or some other part of the world. So what is on top of everything else so special about this project is that we've finally, hopefully, coming out of this lockdown, managed to have a project where we make music together. And it's been extremely moving and inspiring, because not only have these students not played together in a normal setting, they haven't actually played together as an orchestra at all. And this is the first time for many months, and just the joy of being able to make music together and then go on a journey, because when you haven't played together for so many months and you don't have that, or what we call orchestral technique of working together, it's really hard to make an orchestra work and happen together as a real true ensemble in a really limited time of just a couple of days really. And that's what we've been trying to do, as well as making music. And on top of that, we have the added difficulty of the fact that we still have these rules in terms of social distancing. So instead of an orchestra very close together, all listening to each other, we're actually spaced out 2 meters at a time from each other. So what is in effect quite a small chamber orchestra is spread out over the entire hall, which presents its own learning experience and difficulties about listening and playing together, and fortunately or unfortunately really following me, because I become a little more important. The actual technique of conducting the orchestra, the actual baton, becomes as important as the interpretation.